It is Sunday, April 30th, and the children and I have come back. My son is flying airplanes out here at Camp Freedom 2, and they're kind of flying by themselves. Look, they're kind of just going on their own. We've come back out here to check on the yurt because I haven't been out here in a long time, and it looks like nobody's been here to visit the camp. Oh, though there is water. There's some water in the catchment system. So
Dad, watch.
we have water. So it has been raining out here. And surprisingly, no animals have come by here to somebody delivered a package.
Yeah. And it has cushions and a bed.
Bedding. So we can set up bedding and stuff for the yurt. So it's been raining and there's water here. Watch out for snakes. I don't think we've had any visitors just simply because there's water now. I don't know if there's water in the creek, but I am curious as to what the status is of my yurt. So we're going to go take a look at it. But I've got to make sure the children are okay. They're not dressed for it, so I got to try to get some gear for them. I didn't really bring any.
And if you guys come,
I have to figure out something.
If you guys come, there's a Sharpie in there, and you have to sign your name so we know that you were here.
Oh, you want?
We'll give you a shout out.
Actually, we have a book. We have a guest book. So, yeah.
Let's check it.
This is a guest book. So, anybody who comes here should sign this guest book. It says guest book sign in. And it's only got one person who showed up on the 18th of April. It says Alex was out here with Dad. You can sign in here too. Just sign your first name. Alright, we're going to have to try to go back there, but I'm going to try to gear the kids up before we do that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the camera for now. It's Sunday, April 30th, and the yurt's weathered its first full week by itself. And as you can see, part of the wall has kind of collapsed, but the structure for the most part is still holding. There is water right here, which means leakage here. It probably pulled water. Water pulled up and collapsed the yurt or something. I'm going to attempt to straighten it out here in a moment, but for the most part, the structure is intact. It's not fully secured yet. My children are actually out here with me. Pardon the way they're dressed. We had to make do and create some clothes here so they would be all right coming out here. But we actually made it out here intact, and we're going to try to do a little bit of work out here.
A bag. It's holding water up.
Right. See, look, the water right here. So obviously it's been raining. We have a built-in water catchment system.
And one here too.
Yeah. So a lot of water has occurred, and these looks like mosquito catchment systems. But we got water actually catching and holding, and that's probably what collapsed here. So I'm going to need to make sure there is no water being held. But that's very observant, Nick. Thank you. There is water being caught, and I'm going to need to fix those. I'm going to probably dump it for now, but we're going to have to make it so it doesn't do this, obviously. The structure did hold up, and I guess there was some bad storms, huh? Because there was water all over the hut. The yurt itself is standing, and my kids are kind of still freaking out a little bit. Right?
Can I sit on that tire?
No, because you can sit here. Just make sure there's not wet, though. You're assuming that everything's safe. I'm telling you, Nick, there may be snakes that are in here because they would like it where it's dry. So hang on, don't sit on that for now. Don't sit for now. Let me go ahead and secure the area. I'll stop the filming and we'll resume here in a moment. Alright, as you can see, I did manage to fix the wall back up. All that I did was just lifted it, and it took all of like 1 minute to fix everything, and the yurt's back in order. So, surprisingly, everything held up. I did empty the water here, which we're going to have to fix so that it doesn't hold water. Any little pockets like this was holding water. So we're going to have to fix that. And the glue still held the Loctite, although you can see it is crazy windy out here and there is still water here. So all this is going to have to be dealt with. Every little water pocket with water is bad. It's adding weight to the roof. So we're gonna have to figure this out, and that's gonna be my big task right now. We don't really have a lot of time, just a few minutes to be out here, but I brought the kids out here to show it to them. And if you were watching a previous video, we found something that we salvaged. This is gonna be part of the kitchenette, or an assembly here that I'm gonna use for a kitchenette or something for the yurt. But it survived its first big storm, so. As you can see, I have kind of put the structure back somewhat up. And what I'm going to do right now is just I bought some more Loctite that I'm just going to spray up along here, along the beams, to try to get them to stay in place, because the wind is still blowing everything apart. And that's going to be the big goal. Take a better look at where it had collapsed, and I can see that one of the roofing beams, one of the outer rims, had actually snapped in half, because this stuff is really brittle. I went ahead and ran another beam right here to give it a little bit more structural integrity. So hopefully this will hold. And I guess that's what's going to have to keep happening. We're just going to have to keep reinforcing as much as we can as time permits. But the big thing is to try to keep the section from having areas where the roofing is actually serving as little holes, little areas to hold water, like here, pockets. Water pockets. So we're going to have to get rid of those, because that is a major issue. Alright, as you can see, the children and I have secured the yurt as best as we could. We've kind of tightened down the roofing and the walls, and also have installed this, the start of the kitchenette, to kind of hold the beam securely in place. And we still do need to finish up the roofing, which I'll have to do another day. But we're going to head out because it is getting late and the kids have to go back to their mom. So we were able to secure it more. Hopefully it won't leak some more. I don't know. I'm going to have to come back and really secure it down and try to figure out where all the little holes are, because that's where water is collecting. And it's causing a collapse of the roofing as well as the yurt itself. So hopefully this will remain standing. It has been raining and really windy, as you can see here. So the yurt is actually kind of holding up, but it did take some damage.